a pizza shop that Mohammed Hussein owned. This is what they call an American terrorist. He was just a small businessman who never wanted to do anything wrong or anything illegal, and he was set up by the FBI. This is his family in front of the pizza shop welcoming us.
How many people have been to a mosque before? Well, that's okay. Well, that's good, because we need to go into the mosque to meet our Muslim friends. And so the Masjid As-Salam Mosque has welcomed us today.
Free Al-Wafd Hussein! Free Al-Wafd Hussein!
My name is Shamshad Ahmad. I'm the president of this mosque, and I welcome you here with open heart. This is the mosque which was raided, and everything was searched. Most of the doors were broken, even though the FBI had the keys, the whole set of keys in their hand. The whole story became the national news that 2 terrorists have been caught from Albany Mosque. And we were terrified. And believe me, still, many of our community members are terrified.
Yassine was the imam here, and we still miss him very much. And he is now in the Communications Management Unit in Marion, Illinois. That's a very restrictive Muslim prison.
We believed immediately after 9/11 that this mosque is being put under surveillance, electronic as well as human being, people from the street, back and forth, and some secret equipments. And still we believe today, surveillance has not ended. We were hoping that with the advent of the new era under the leadership of Obama, things will change. But you know better, things have multiplied twice at least, if not more, rather than being changed. But we have to live with that. As a Muslim, we consider to be part of this society. We came here to live and become part of this society, and therefore we have to share the prosperity and the concern of this society, and that's the image we want to give. This is the mosque. Which was put under surveillance. It is under surveillance, and what it is, you see. It is not a center of terrorism. We don't manufacture bombs over here. We don't go and get indulged in violence. Nothing has happened. 9 years have gone after 9/11. We didn't find a single thing, at a single place in a mosque, anything of that nature. But why the FBI and the government and the media is creating an uproar with an entrapment scheme devised by the FBI, I leave it up to you to interpret.
And I am 12 years old. I am the daughter of the Ritan Duka and niece of Shane and Elvira Duka of the Fort Dix Five case. Many of you may or may not have heard of the case. They were charged with conspiracy to attack the Fort Dix military base in New Jersey. They are currently being held in a Supermax prison in Colorado. My father and uncles are facing life plus 30 years in prison for a crime they did not commit. A crime which there was no proof.
A federal jury in New Jersey has found 5 Muslim immigrants guilty of conspiring to kill U.S. soldiers at Fort Dix. The 5 foreign-born defendants were charged with conspiring to kill military personnel and attempted murder. The men were acquitted on the attempted murder charges. They all face life in prison.
In the Fort Dix Five case, an electronics store clerk in South Jersey gave police a copy of a customer's videotape that showed the men firing rifles and shouting Islamic battle cries. FBI agents and 2 paid cooperators then spent 18 months persuading the men to do something that would enable the agency to arrest them.
I haven't seen my father and uncles in a year. They taught us always to be kind and polite to everyone, no matter what race or religion they belong to. It's sad that no one really knows them the way friends and family do. How can you convict and sentence people to life in prison when you don't have any specific evidence to prove the accusations? Judge Kruger's sentencing was a disgrace to justice, and it was a case that relied heavily on the testimonies of paid government informants. In this one quote by Martin Luther King Jr., he states, "We must come to see with the distinguished jurists of yesterday that justice too long delayed is justice denied. Free the Fort Dix Five and all political prisoners."
Ago, after having worked with Omar Abdullah Rahman, a blind Egyptian sheikh who was also a convicted terrorist, she was found guilty of having passed messages from his prison cell on his behalf to the Islamic group, an organization which is seen as terrorist in the United States. And while some have been saying that all she did was pass on press releases around to make the case more known to the public, officials found her guilty on 7 counts. Among them are things like providing material support to a terrorist group, also conspiring to defraud the United States, as well as making false statements.
Lynne would like you all to know, if she weren't otherwise detained, she would be here. I spoke to her last night, and I was telling her how I spoke to Joe Lombardi, and we remembered the day when he called to say that there was going to form a new organization at the University of Albany at the law school department, and asking if she would come down to be a part of that organization, Project Salam, the Muslim Innocent Project. And she said to me, "Do you feel like driving 300 miles today? I hope you do, because we're going to be there." And I would like to say to the gentleman who said he wanted to be an American, but there are Americans who Lynne Stewart exemplifies, who have been a part of the struggle for freedom and justice for all people. And I am just here to say, please join that part of America to fight for freedom and justice for all people, because no matter what happens, when after we win this struggle, there will be other struggles. And there will always be a struggle. They call it good against evil. The 2 parts of America are the many parts of America. Be on that good side to keep it going in the proper direction, so that we can all come here and expect a life of decency and justice. Thank you.
We have to fight for an independent media.